The new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com.
You are listening to High School 510, where sports and comedy remain some culture.
You fucked up streams in LA. You just really... Kodak Black, obviously you ain't smart enough to realize how big of a population LA is. You pissed off a whole city saying some stupid shit like that. Like Brandon said, there's a lot of brothers thinking this already. I'm telling you, there's brothers in there's probably brothers on the Lakers thinking this already. There's brothers in the Clippers already thinking this. You know, that one brother that the Dodgers brought up that looked like he was in the G League is thinking it. But they know better than to say it. Ain't nothing wrong.
Derek Fisher is thinking it.
Derek Fisher thought it before Nipsey Russell got shot. He probably said that day, if he was to get shot, I might move in. And if he don't get shot, I might move in. Because I'm Derek Fisher. The NFL is back, baby. First official football Sunday. This is known for me. I used to call this my big football Sunday. I'll make sure I'm doing nothing today. This is the big day. This is the day when everybody start off, everybody's on even foot, everybody has an equal chance to go to Super Bowl. If everyone can say what their surprise from the day is, what their non-surprise is. And if anything really changed from what they thought going into today.
I'll start with my surprise. My surprise was Dak Prescott throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming. I had a feeling it would be more open, but I did not see him being able to put the ball around the field and the Cowboys offense looking far more dynamic with Dak Prescott looking a lot more comfortable, but also the offense just being a little more creative. And it seems like there's more scheming of receivers open versus in the past when they used to just run.
I also saw it coming because he's playing for his contract right now. He's basically in a contract year right now.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about Jason Garrett?
No.
Dak Prescott?
Dak Prescott.
Okay, yeah.
And so I think that, players usually play their best. And going into that last year of their contract because they're trying to make as much money.
Yeah.
And he said he wanted a Russell Wilson type contract, which I don't think he deserved, but he'll probably have his best season ever this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Which means they'll probably go 14-2 and then lose in the playoffs.
All right. Well, any other surprises? Who else had a surprise?
Biggest surprise. Miami is way worse than I thought they were. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they 59 like points to 10. I mean, Josh Rosen couldn't even get on the field after that, right? Like, why, after you're down in the first half, didn't you even just put him in? It's like, whatever at that point. Not surprised. Miami is actually probably as bad as I thought they were. So it's kind of a hand-in-hand.
So they're both. Yeah. Mine, I'm going to agree with you. Miami. I'm surprised they didn't pull Vontae Perfect. Yeah. Was it Vontae Perfect?
Vontae Perfect?
Nah, Vontae Davis. My bad.
But just retiring at halftime or something?
Just retired at halftime. I'm done, y'all.
Just the whole team.
Wait, he was on Buffalo last year when he did that, right?
Yeah. Halftime was just like,
hey. Buffalo. He was like, I'm done with this. I'm out.
I'm done.
I'm taking these pads off. Hey, man, I got that guaranteed money. I don't care if it's guaranteed anyway. It's all good. I'm walking away. That was crazy. I've never seen somebody do that. Never heard of it.
Yeah. My not surprise is them Cleveland Browns. As my boy Delaney Walker said, they are who we thought they were.
They still the Browns.
They are who they thought they were. Like they just they still Browns.
Was that more on Baker Mayfield or what was going on with that game?
There was some bad decisions. I seen him throw into like triple coverage, people dropping passes, not picking up blitzes. It was just all types of bad. They got some room to improve. I can't believe they gave it that many points to the Tennessee Titans out of all teams.
Hey, Marcus Mariota might be the truth, huh, Tim?
Nah, it's not Marcus.
Yeah, boy.
No,
It's not Marcus.
He didn't look that good.
It was Derrick Henry.
It was Derrick Henry.
Killed them.
Derrick Henry
And that
looked
offensive
good.
line.
Mariota looked good. He had 3 TDs.
He didn't look bad. He just didn't look dynamic. That's his thing. He never looks dynamic. He just looks solid. That's
slow,
it.
but he is fast.
But
Well,
I'm saying
he
he just
has
doesn't look dynamic. Like
He does lower body.
you know what I feel like? I feel like he's like the third. Like he can't win a game by himself.
No, he can't carry a team.
He can't carry a team. He can't win a
So
game. by
he's
himself.
like-
so he's not
he's like-
bad.
He can carry the Cleveland Browns.
No, but it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm
No,
just
so
saying
what you're saying is
he's middle of
he
the
is
pack.
Jared's favorite quarterback. Who?
Oh, he's basically a more athletic Alex Smith.
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, it's garbage.
And
Anyway,
Alex Smith is not bad. Alex Smith is not bad.
garbage.
Alex Smith is good enough to go to playoffs. So is Mariota, especially in a weak
That's
division.
Mitch
Alex
Trubisky.
Smith went to the
So,
playoffs in a hard division.
I would just like to say that Jared and I had this exact conversation at the Kingfish one night, and this is exactly
Shout
what
out
I
to-
said.
shout out to Kingfish.
And Jared was like, "No, this dude is trash because if you're a quarterback, you should be able to win games for your team." And I'm like,
It's the hardest
but they
position in
win.
sports.
But he's still. I mean, they're still winning.
Shout out to Kingfish sponsorship.
You know what? I think everything comes with context. I'm gonna start that off from right now. And like a quarterback, a quarterback getting the win actually has to have the quarterback getting the win, and not like having your defense get the win for you or your running back get the win for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I can contribute this win to Marcus Mariota, even though like Derrick Henry carried a lot of the weight
and the defense.
and the defense.
Well, so the thing is,
And Baker Mayfield.
And Cleveland just being Cleveland.
but you guys won't. You are not going to sit here and tell me like, yes, of course you want a quarterback that is solid and just like good, as in like the requisite of being good enough, right?
Yeah.
Average, good enough. But none of y'all tell me that, because Aaron was hating on Dak Prescott, saying when I try to compare him to Russell Wilson, as
Because he's
in,
not.
well, hold on. Let me finish, nigga.
I'm sorry.
God
You know I
damn.
get offensive when you
No,
do that.
you can retort,
triggered out here.
but he always nah, nigga, nah, don't you talk about Russell Wilson, nigga. Don't you talk about Russell. He can sit at the head of this table when Kurt Warner dies.
You sound like Jerry Jones with your accent there.
Peps him. All right.
Sorry about that.
Here's what I will say is that you guys like what I fear is that Dak Prescott will be Alex Smith. What I hope he becomes is more along the lines of a Russell Westbrook, a Tom Brady, a Ben Roethlisberger.
I hope he becomes Russell
QBs.
Westbrook too. He'll be dunking if he became him.
Dude,
This magic moment. I gave it to you this time. That's right. I did this to you.
God damn it, nigga. All right, hold on. I gotta give myself a magic moment because Russell Westbrook is dunking, not throwing dimes.
This magic moment.
That was loud. Sorry about
No,
that.
I did this to you.
I did this to you. All right, so my main thing is that you don't want your quarterback to be that dude. Like you would rather than like, you know what I'm saying? What is it like? Who's a real bad quarterback that obviously is not good enough to be in the league, like a Mitch Trubisky or like
Jameis Winston.
or a Blake Bortles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Jameis Winston.
oh yeah, you don't want those guys who obviously are not showing that they're good enough to be quarterbacks in the league. Like you want somebody who's like obviously like I can make sure I don't fuck it up enough and I can make throws here and there. If I have a good defense and a good running game, I'll be solid. That's what Alex Smith is. That's what Mitch Trubisky hopes he can become. Mitch Trubisky is probably praying at the foot of his bed every night, please, dear Lord, let me be as good as Alex Smith. Because the way I was playing on Thursday night was shit, man. You might as well put me back in Pee Wee League. That motherfucker cannot throw the ball on time to an open window. And yeah, and I was like, man, this fool was getting time, and they acting like he was getting pressure on him. Like the Packers D did that great job. I was like, the Packers D did all right. The Packers D is a vanilla ass D that is not that tight.
Well, they went 4-3 down.
Okay, like that's gonna make a difference. They still have a lot of 3-4 personnel, so it's probably gonna be a transition. The whole point is like, hey, as
They
long
had
as
no defensive ends.
hey, everyone, this is what they said. Mitch Trubisky, hey man, just make sure you sit on that first route real hard. And unless Coach Nagy's gonna do some crazy scheming, which he's no Andy Reid, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't Green Bay said that they beat him by letting him be a quarterback?
That's
Yeah.
what they did.
They
Yeah,
said
they
make
basically,
him play
hey,
quarterback.
they basically
we just-
slowed down the running game.
Our game plan was let him be what he is,
Yeah.
or what he's
What he
supposed to
isn't,
be.
what he's supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Hey, just run on their
He
hip.
went backwards.
It's okay if they open. Just run right behind them. You can let them have a foot or two ahead of you, maybe even a
Just
whole
run
yard.
behind. Just stay near him.
Just stay near him because he afraid to throw there.
It's like playground when you're playing corner. Like
Yeah.
as long as you just run in the direction he's running in,
Yeah.
you always 5 steps, 10 steps behind, but you run it. I was on my man.
The thing about the Steelers is that they're like kind of traditionally like a slow starting team. Like they kind of take a couple games to get going. It seems like,
Roethlisberger.
Yeah, probably because he's
fat.
Because
he usually comes in.
He's hanging out at Krogan's in Lake Tahoe.
It's hard to stay in shape when you when you go into a lot of what's that Hooters, going a lot of Hooters, eating probably the spuds, the wings, the loaded fries, and then spending the rest of the time in the bathroom stalls, at the women's restroom.
He's just hanging out. He's like, hey, can you
just waiting for someone to walk?
Let me tell you. One time I went into Hooters. I was in Pittsburgh, and I went into Hooters, and I thought I saw Roethlisberger, and he was in the bathroom so long. I thought he was one of those dudes that like hand you mints and shit and give you the napkins. And then I realized, fuck, I actually walked in the women's room.
Who's my bad?
When he can't on Sundays, when he can't be there, there's the cardboard cutout of Ben.
It's a cardboard him. So somebody get used to it. He throws down the towel and put like a couple of little small things, the dollar scopes from Target on the towel next to the sink. Like, oh, want some gum, want some mints? It's like, hey, dude, you realize it's the women's room, right?
You know what I heard? I heard Ben Roethlisberger keeps a payphone in his trunk, and he brings it into every bar, and he puts it by the bathroom, so he can stand there, act like he's making a collect call, and it's a conversation starter. That's like his number one conversation. Like, is there a payphone here? And he's like, yeah, just call my cousin.
Just call my cousin.
What's your name? You going in the bathroom?
Ever been raped? That's right, Roethlisberger. I called you a rapist. That's right, Roethlisberger. I called you Brock Turner. Called you Brock Turner, Roethlisberger. If you want to see me in the women's restroom, we can solve it. That's where I'll meet you on your turf.
Damn.
That's one of Aaron's triggers, by the way.
I
need to compile a list of Aaron's triggers. Yeah,
women's restrooms. Aaron
has triggers. He has a lot of triggers. Remember, you brought it up, Kiegan, and you thought I had triggers, and then like it's revealed. Aaron has a lot of triggers.
I don't have triggers.
You can't say any. You can't compare anybody to Russell Wilson. You can't even be like, man, Russell Wilson's like God. Oh, I doubt you talk about Russell Wilson. He better than God. It's like, you seen his QB rate, nigga?
That's because Russell Wilson.
You see how many fourth quarter comebacks this nigga got?
Russell Wilson is motherfucking truth.
Can I compare him to the Cardinals' new quarterback?
Kyler Murray, yeah. No, don't you dare do that either. I like Kyler Murray, but he ain't that good. He ain't nowhere near Russell Wilson. He's like same height, but one of them actually is good.
One's got bear claws, and one has the hands of a toddler.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. One also got a big ass package. Remember that Sports Illustrated when he was on it with Colin Kaepernick?
No.
Remember? So the Sports Illustrated had this fold out cover, and it was talking about rivalries. And it was the year that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. It was the preview.
Was it that same one where they made that bet? Like, whoever lost get to shave the eyebrows?
Yeah. One of them had Breeze and Ryan. One of them had Brady and whoever the fuck was in his division. And him and Peyton. And then another one had Russell Wilson and Kaepernick. And Kaepernick, she didn't wear a jersey. He just wore the pads. His shit was like, he was buff as hell. And I remember that was the year that the Falcons were on Hard Knocks. And they showed Matt Ryan. He was like, damn, Kaepernick looking large. And then someone else said, that's not the large thing on that cover. And I was like, what the fuck? I had that one on my iPad. And I was like, oh, I see. Man, your boy Russell Wilson package was over there looking like Lexington Steel. That's why I like him, because he reminded me of my dad at that point. I was like, God damn, Russell Wilson, man. He's just like my father right here.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
I think he's talking to you, Future.
I still never said my just to let you know, I never said my surprises yet.
All right, Aaron, was your surprise Russell Wilson's package?
No.
Damn, that's
my surprise.
My surprise of the season.
My surprise of the season. Nah, man, he got that Southern, he must got that Alabama strong stuff in him. My surprise of the NFL season was Lamar Jackson's accuracy.
Okay.
That was my surprise. Like, I heard he was good. I heard he improved. No, I know he's playing the Dolphins, and I'm not looking at the stats. I'm looking at, like, his balls were delivered. Think about this.
On time.
He couldn't complete balls last year.
Pause.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, come on. He couldn't complete passes last year.
Thank you.
Like, most of these, they were on the money. Like, his selection of who he threw it to, the slants, the comeback, the passes he couldn't complete last year. They said he was horrible at throwing outside the numbers. He was hitting people outside the numbers.
Yeah.
He was hitting people in the seams. And I know, I'm not talking about, like, some of them, they weren't open. Most of them, they were open. Mm-hmm. But it was the fact that his accuracy was still on point.
Yeah.
And then my non-surprise is, to piggyback off of Kiegan, is the Cleveland Browns and how they just basically show, quoting Pedro and your boy Lee Flowers from the Pittsburgh Steelers, they paper champions. The Cleveland Browns were the paper champions before the season started, and they showed that and look, they might go off and win 9 games, but they still showed me by losing a game that they should have probably won. Like, Mariota wasn't really leading a lot of scoring drives, which he doesn't. He leads a lot of field goals. I should have picked up their kicker.
Yep.
Yeah. He leads a lot of field goals. But I just felt like they were just paper champions. Just man, they talked all that shit in the offense. That's what I was expecting was the offense. I felt like the defense didn't get helped by the offense. They was just 3 and outs left and right. Yeah. Baker Mayfield talked all that shit. You know, he sent out a tweet this morning. It said, sometimes you gotta let that dog be a dog, D-A-W-G, and it was him coming in the door of the locker room wearing his Cleveland full uniform. And then your boy Odell tweeted out, like, oh, this comes a time when you just tired of talking. You just ready to play. You know, and it was a picture like him looking like he was in heaven and shit. You know, our angel walking on a football field, some stupid shit. You know, and they talked all this shit even up to the last minute, and they went out there and got punched in the mouth.
Well, there was a video of Baker Mayfield doing air drums on one of the assistant coach's hands in the middle of the field to "In the Air" by Phil Collins.
Oh, I didn't feel it. Hey, that song would hype me up too, though. I'll be honest.
But hey, man, he need to find Phil Collins is not really a hype man to me.
But that song hyped me up. In the Air Tonight.
I know.
Dude,
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's fine.
Every 3 days, that's on my playlist for when I'm on the elliptical machine. Every 3 days.
That's fair, but he might have to change it up because you want to be a dog. You ain't listening to Phil Collins. You want to be a dog.
You listening to that song, man.
You better come to University Theater and see DMX perform.
Nah.
Yes,
nah.
If you
know when the first time that song came out? It was during on episode Miami Vice. First time that song was heard, and they were going to the drug dealers kidnap this undercover cop. It was nuts, or one of their girlfriends, something like that. I was young, but that song came on. It was no talking. It was just a song, the whole song, and I was just like, it was intense. That's an intense song, Jared. I don't know. That counts.
The other thing that didn't surprise me was that Eli Manning still don't got it.